You guys could smell me right now because that would smell like lemon eucalyptus. Daniel is away. Me, Mike, and Drew are doing a campfire to s'mores. S'mores on the campfire. Let's get into this. Keep going, come on.
Now we're bringing this.
You got it? Andrew really wants to get these seats. You gotta be careful. You gotta watch for spiders. Look, there's a spider right there. You see it? Oh, he just crawled in that little hole on the log.
There we go.
There you go. This right here is a bucket with water. We drilled a hole so that mosquitoes could get in, but little animals like birds and squirrels, stuff like that, could not get in. They probably still can get in, but whatever, we're just gonna ignore that. There's also mosquito dunks in there. It's supposed to help us with our mosquito problem. Our neighbors over there have a complete Amazon rainforest over there, so that's why we have to take those precautions. We have a bucket there, we have a bucket there, we have another one right there, we have one right there, and then we have one right there. One would think that we would be protected and you would not need bug spray. Wrong. Well, that does not look very appetizing.
Well, it's like a million degrees out here in my face.
Look at that. He's literally out here sweating. He's so dramatic. It ain't that hot out here. I mean, it's hot.
I mean, the chocolate melted, literally.
Yeah, it didn't completely melt. You act like it's runny.
It's not like
soft.
Willy Wonka's river,
It's soft.
S'mores, s'mores, s'mores.
All right, so while Daniel is away at camp, Mr. Andrew over here wanted to do some s'mores, so we're sitting outside currently roasting, but not getting eaten by bugs. I told him you have to wait until the fire goes down to where it's just coals. You still celebrating 4th of July? My man said he's free every day.
We're riding the golf cart. Just did s'mores. We're just having a lot of fun. We're just going around the neighborhood and all that. Thanks, goodbye.
All right, so we abandoned the s'mores. Michael.
didn't even wave at us.
I know, she didn't even.
Probably the dang young whippersnappers.
She didn't even wave at us. Maybe she was just so
Maybe she had a
enjoying.
bad day.
Maybe she had a bad day.
So, part of the reason why we're doing so many fun things with just Andrew, and you notice we're down one family member, we sent Daniel to a church camp, a state away. He's all the way in Tennessee. Not something that we were normally, you know.
He's never done anything like this.
No, he's never been that far away from us for that long. You know, it's wild, and we are putting a lot of, I guess, trust and faith to.
We really trust the youth leaders, the youth pastor. You know, it's a really good group of kids. He seems like he's having fun. He's been telling us that he's having a good time. He went ziplining today. He went to a water park. They're constantly either doing a sermon or a class or some kind of like worship thing. I've gotten to see videos of it. It looks like he's having a great time.
They're always keeping him busy from sun up to sundown. I mean, they put lights on at like 7:15 and their curfew's at 11, but it's crazy.
So one of the practical things we did for Daniel to just set him up for success going off for the first time without mom, dad, without a relative or, you know, somebody that can kind of like look after him, you know, the way that one of us would, was to make him a list of everything that we sent him with. We went down the list of everything that he needed. Like he had to have like bedding and a pillow and a blanket and obviously all of his clothes, his toiletries, different kinds of shoes, that kind of stuff, you know? So I made him a list of everything that was in his suitcase, down to like the different kinds of shirts. Like I was descriptive with it because I didn't want him to just see black shorts and be like, well, I have one pair of black shorts here, so that's good. No, like I put black shorts with this waistband, you know, black shorts with this tear on the side, you know, just something that he could identify. Yep, these are mine, this is my stuff. Hopefully, you know, he is a preteen boy. They're not the most organized and the most together and always the most present-minded, but hopefully he feels a little bit more like not out of control, a little bit more organized, a little bit more prepared.
So I'm not really concerned with, you know, his behavior or whatever or anything like that. He's a pretty good kid, you know, for the most part. Minus like a couple minor things, but he's a preteen.
He also sometimes behaves good for us, but sometimes he behaves better when he's not with us because number one, he knows he does not want to get that bad report back to us, but also number two, he really likes pleasing people. And if, you know, a leader or the youth pastor or something like that, somebody that he looks up to, he's not going to want to disappoint them, so I'm not really too much concerned about his behavior or anything like that. No,
but what I am concerned with is him being able to fit everything back in his suitcase when he comes back. Boy, yeah. We packed that thing rubber band
packed to the brim. And Daniel, like, so the suitcase that he took was kind of like a little bit like a carry-on suitcase. And we have another one that kind of like matches it, but it's more of like a luggage suitcase.
Way too big.
Whenever we travel, we put both of our sets of clothes in it. So, I mean, it's huge. And he was like, we can just use the big suitcase. I'm like, dude, that suitcase is huge. No way. Well, then when we get to the church to drop him off, the leaders are like, oh, thank God, Daniel, that you used a small suitcase, because like a lot of other people had like really big suitcases or like kind of like those big like military bags that like, you know, whenever you see military come off the plane, those big like duffel bags kind of, they had those style bags. So Daniel's was one of the smallest bags, but we got everything in there for him. Even down to his toiletries. I put all of his toiletries in a Ziploc bag, and I wrote on the Ziploc bag in Sharpie like, this body wash, this shampoo, this conditioner, this deodorant, this tube of toothpaste, this toothbrush, you know, like I wanted him to feel like, okay, this is all my stuff. Now, will he use any of that? Probably not.
Maybe, maybe not.
But it made me feel better as a mother knowing this boy knows everything that he has. So, obviously I was nervous about my child going a state away, being, what, 3.5 hours away from me. But I'll tell you, one thing that like really made me nervous is the day before he left, he went to football practice. No, actually it was 2 days before he left. He went to football practice or whatever, and he had cleats on. Well, he had to meet his coach in the gym, so he can't wear his cleats in the gym, obviously. So he had to take his cleat off, and when he did, he said he heard a loud pop in his knee. Scared me. Well, anyone who has teenagers, they know sometimes teenagers just kind of like to like milk something, or, you know, kind of complain about it a little bit, kind of just like just to have something to say. That house right there is so beautiful. Oh, I love the colors of that. Anyways, that house right there, isn't it beautiful? Maybe you didn't see it, but you just have to take my word for it. It was beautiful. Anyways, you know how teenagers sometimes will kind of milk something or just talk about an injury, and he's obsessed with sports and football and all of that. So I thought maybe he might milk an injury. Like he was saying, it might be a this, a that, a this, a that. And I'm like, I bet you that is some injury that a famous football player had, that you're just wanting to have the same injury. As crazy as that sounds. So I wasn't too concerned about it until the next day. This day being the day before he left. He was still complaining about it, kind of hobbling around a little bit, and I was like, let's take you to the chiropractor. So we took him to the chiropractor. He got adjusted. He got put on like a TENS unit or a electromagnetic machine. This is the part of the story where I have to pause because I have to show you this gorgeous pot. Look at this. I love elephant ears. That pot right there is massive, and those elephant ears are huge. Oh my gosh. I can't. I love it. Anyways, we took him to the chiropractor. He got adjusted. They put the electro. Oh my gosh, look at those too. Look at those. Oh my goodness. Both of those spots right there. That is amazing. I really want to do a elephant ear bed in the front of our house. I think we have the perfect like front yard for it. We've got this nice little stretch of grass. It would look so good if we just kind of like tilled it up and just put a few elephant ears in it. If you don't know anything about plants, elephant ears multiplies like rabbits. It's insane. So all you need is honestly 1, and then 1 turns into 10, and then 10 turns into 30, and then 30 turns into 150. It's crazy how fast they multiply. Anyways, when he goes to the chiropractor, he gets adjusted. She put that little thing on it that kind of like click, 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 click. I don't know what that's called, but she put one of those on him. She put like a massage, almost said the G word, massage thing on him, you know what I mean? I just don't know if that word will get flagged. And then also put like electromagnetic something, electricity, you know what I'm talking about, those little patches that you put on. Put that on his knee. He iced it. We went and got him 2 knee braces. So hopefully he's good. I've been talking to him. He's saying that he's got like a little bruise on his knee, so he really thinks that it wasn't as serious. And the doctor did say, look, I want you to ice it, which I'm sure he has not been. I want you to put your braces on, which I'm sure he has not been, because it's either
and we wanted him to rest, which
yes,
we know he's not.
No, he's definitely not doing that. Which they really are keeping him rather busy, but whatever. But it either could have been A, he really like just messed something up, because right after he heard the pop, he had a 2-hour practice after that. So it could have just been that he really made his knee mad and it was just really inflamed and he just needed like a day or 2 to calm down. Or 2, it could have been a meniscus tear, which we're really praying to the dear Lord above that it was not that. But I also believe the fact that he was walking around on it so much. Now, I say this with having absolutely no medical background. I'm hoping the fact that he was walking around on it and stuff, that he's good. You know what I mean? That hopefully him being able to walk around on it and not being in a great amount of pain, hopefully that means it was not the meniscus. So, fingers crossed. Okay, so we live kind of like on an older side of town, and I kind of love it because I love it when we get to get on the golf cart and look at different houses and stuff. Look at this house. Tell me that does not look like something, I hope you guys can see it. Maybe we'll zoom it in or something. But it kind of just looks like something that you'd see like on the Brady Bunch or something. I don't know. I don't even know what era that house is. Our house is from the 70s, so I don't know. That house kind of looks like maybe, I guess, the 60s. I don't know when the Brady Bunch was, but it just kind of reminds me of that, you know. I don't know, it's just, I love looking at the old houses and seeing the older people out, you know, like rocking on their porches and stuff, you know, and really just the old buildings is really what it is. I love seeing the old houses, lots of like stonework. I mean, unmatched. I love it. I love it here.
Needless to say, we're kind of running out of stuff to do without Daniel here. I feel like we never really realized how much that we rely on him at home to help us with the everyday tasks.
Because we like deep cleaned the house today, and even just the simple act of getting him to go downstairs and go into the utility closet and like grab the mop bucket. That's something that keeps me on track for him to go do it, and it's just quick and easy, but to ask Andrew to do it is just like an absolute joke.
And Andrew is more than willing to help, but his attention span is really that of like a squirrel. Because you'll ask him to go get you something, and then like 5 minutes later you're like, hey, where the heck is he? Then you hear toys clanking or whatever, you're like, bro, are you serious? Come on.
You got distracted.
Hey, buddy, you're gonna fall. Sit down.
No, I won't.
Sit down.
I won't fall down.
You could though.
I'll make you fall. You ready?
You think that would hurt if you fell?
I was holding on.
So today's Friday. Daniel has all day tomorrow, and then he comes home Sunday, and he'll be home like around 3 or 4. So, which thankfully we'll be able to kind of like track, you know, hey, this is where he is and all of that. So we'll be able to time all that out good and all that. But he has requested Olive Garden to eat, and me and Andrew are gonna make him like a welcome home banner, because at the beginning of summer we bought this big like kind of looks like butcher paper. I don't know what you'd call it, but it's like that brown paper that you can paint or tape to the table for kids to draw on and stuff like that.
On a sidebar, so right after she dropped off Daniel, was that Wednesday?
Yes.
Right after she dropped off Daniel Wednesday, she came and brought me breakfast at work. Well, she was handed it to me, and me and her were talking or whatever, and I just looked back at Andrew, and he's back there, and I'm like, Andrew, are you okay? Because he looks sad. And I saw his eyes get real big and watery, and he was trying to hold it back. He was trying to be tough, but he knows he loves his brother.
He had little tears coming down his eyes. Absolutely, they sleep together every night. So if Andrew goes to bed first, he'll either go to sleep in his bed, and I don't know how he does it, but he like wakes up when Daniel comes to bed and will go get in Daniel's bed, or he'll just straight up go to sleep in Daniel's bed. And if he does, let's say he goes to sleep in Daniel's bed, and Daniel's like, oh, I don't feel like, you know, sharing a bed tonight, whatever. Daniel will go to sleep in Andrew's bed, and then by the time that Daniel wakes up in the morning, Andrew has come to his bed so that he can sleep in the bed with Daniel. And Daniel will try to fool us and be like, oh, I don't like sleeping with him, you know, but he does. He does. Because Daniel will even get up in the middle of the night and go get in Andrew's bed with him. So they fight like cats and dogs, but they're very close. There's Andrew.
He's a straight up patriot.
Repping his flags. Look at him. Dang, he's fast.
He is fast. You're okay, man.
He loves his flags. He loves having little flags on the back. My mom had got those for 4th of July because we hosted 4th of July at our house this year. And they were kind of just like a table decoration in like a jar or whatever. And Andrew decided to take them over.
I know we kind of rambled a little bit, but I guess it's just we kind of ran out of people to talk to, so we figured we'd talk to y'all because we're down one child, so.
And we have aphids. There's aphids. So if you know how to get aphids off of white acre peas, let your girl know. Drop them in the comments.
Catch you in the next one. See ya.